What's going on, YouTube, man? Today is Wednesday. I want to say it's September the 16th. Want to get right into it. I think we have a good dialogue coming on because now I'm starting to see the true feelings of what people are thinking about this country and their fears. You know, we talking about the bug out bags and things like that, and people are saying, getting replies where people are saying, well, you know, if there's an earthquake or you know, a natural tragedy or something like that, whatever, you need this, or you get snowed in, that's fine. But we got to understand something. This is not why people are getting freaked out. People are freaking out because the government is going through a mishap which this government has experienced before. There were bug out people in those times, and there's bug out people in this time now. And I'm trying to tell the bug out people that you're acting just like the people acted in those times. Okay? You know, I remember when I was in Omaha, Nebraska, and I was doing some business out there, and everybody knows Omaha is Warren Buffett's city. He lives there, and a lot of people have a lot of Berkshire Hathaway stories. So I had a business in the mall at that time, and I never forget, I was opening up early that day, and I was watching this lady from a distance. And this lady came over, she said, you know what time this booth opens? And I was like, nah, I don't know yet. And she said, well, what are you selling? I said, oh, you know, I'm over here. I'm just selling my product, you know. Right now I got some handbags that I'm selling. And then she was like, okay, good. So she said, we started talking. I said, yeah, you live in Warren Buffett's place. She said, yeah. She said, it's funny you say that because I actually have a friend that has a pretty good story to share about Warren Buffett. I said, what do you mean? She said, my friend, this happened about, I want to say 30 years ago. No, maybe 20 years ago, 20 or 30 years ago. I can't remember the exact years. She said this lady gathered up about $8,300. And that was all the money that she had at that time. And actually, she gathered up about $4,000 of her money, of her own money, refinanced her home, and came up with the other rest, the other part of it. Okay? So when she came up with the other part of it, she had $8,300, and someone told her, invest in this company, Berkshire Hathaway. And at this time, no one had heard of Warren Buffett. You know, he was a young guy, you know, just coming out. So she said, okay, you know what the heck, let me just go ahead and put my money in that direction. Just with that $8,300 investment, this lady made she's worth today, at that time, $43 million from an $8,300 investment. Okay? Now, I'm telling you a story to let you know this, that successful people are people who tend not to be afraid to take a chance, who in the moment of fear, they learn how to put fear on their side and walk through that fear in order to reach success. Not to get to a point where fear is in the air because everyone else is spreading it and there's negative ideas in the air and you just stand still. Now, if she was a person of doom and gloom, she would have been like, I am not putting together my savings. I'm not putting together anything like that because all that's going to happen is I'm going to lose my money. This is going to happen. That is going to happen. You know, and what if there's an emergency? This is going to happen. She wouldn't be worth $40 million today. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with taking precautions. But when you get to the point where it becomes extreme, guys, now we have problems. See, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with America right now. America is a country of small businesses, right? That's what really gets the economy going in America, the small businesses. But now I'm starting to see businesses open up 1 month, 4 months later, they're gone. Now, I asked myself the question, what are these businesses doing to be out of business so fast? And what made me really think about this was I was looking at the Forbes list of millionaires. And this was an interesting article because they had millionaires who started their business with at least $3,000 or less. And now these guys are millionaires. So I asked myself the question, what is the difference between those millionaires, those people in business now, that started business $3,000 or less, and the people who borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars for a business? One, the big difference is patience Because that's why credit exists. We can't wait until we have the money for it, so we have to buy it now. When you think about it, that's really the meaning of, that's what happens with credit. So here's a guy who couldn't wait for a business to develop and learn the things that he needed to learn in order to grow a successful business. So he went out and started digging a hole for himself at the beginning because he borrowed money. He didn't set himself up to make mistakes, which is something that is healthy in a business or anything you do in life. But instead, he wanted to think that his business was going to grow overnight and become this instant success, which no business really has done, unless you're maybe 1 out of 1,000. But this guy over here knew he was going to make mistakes. He knew that, hey, look, I'm going to start. I don't know much about business right now, but I'm going to learn as I go, and I'm going to start where I am. I'm not going to borrow money to do this. I'm going to make mistakes, learn from my mistakes, and come back stronger each time. That's the businesses that we need in America. We don't need these fly-by-night, debt-hungry, debt businesses. Because guess what happens? Those businesses come, those businesses go. The bank needs that money. The bank can't get those money at that time. Because we have problems with people paying money back. Everybody just making loans and loans and loans. Banks are not getting their money, and the list goes on and on. Because people can't wait. People don't want to be patient and let wealth grow the way it needs to grow. When you put a plant in the ground, you have to water it and nurture it in order for it to grow and see the fruit from it. But while it's in the ground and you put the seeds in, you're coming by and there's nothing there. Hey, you wait, you be patient, you come back, oh, there's nothing there. And then one day you'll see it blossom. That's what we need in America. This is where we can start. So instead of focusing on the government and asking them what they can do, ask yourself what you can do. That's my opinion. So let me hear your thoughts. I'm sure I get some negative ones, and that's like I said, the doom and gloom usually does that. And let's see what we feel about this one. Until next time.